I'm not sure.
Is it Srijan?
Yeah, it's blue t-shirt.
Blue T-shirt. Okay, good. All right. And what are we here for today?
Talking about the grade 6 Kupam trip.
Oh, you're going to talk about the grade 6 Coopum field trip. And what are you guys talking about? Were you in a debate?
Yeah. And he was in the grade 7 trip. Yeah.
And you were in the grade 7 field trip. Right. Okay, so make sure you include the grade 8s and the grade 7s, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll turn it over to you, Sai.
Okay.
Say hi to the parents
Hi.
and say hi to your live audience.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Halloween. Most of them are in their normal KC High shirts.
Oh.
We've got a few devils and witches, gangsters,
Police case.
and a clown. Okay, good. I'll turn it over to you, Sai.
Okay, so in our grade 6 field trip, it was actually not like a knowledge trip, it's just like simple trip, getting to know the campus together. And so, like once we landed there, like we saw like this chess thing, like it was kind of like a on the floor. There was like a chessboard, a giant chessboard, and like it's like chess components, like it was like in metal kind of form. Like everyone kept playing with it, mostly. So like mostly, first about the food, it was good. It was like a normal food, literally like that you get in schools or kind of thing, but not like that fancy kind of like mostly rotis and like thing. And so like wow, and so originally what we did there is we went to like the physics. No. We went to the bio lab first, and we did like this infinity cube with the food chain. Like we also kind of a little bit learned about it. Like so starts with a butterfly, then when you flip it, a frog, a snake, and an eagle, and it just keeps going. Yeah. And another one, we went to the chemistry lab, which is like my favorite. We did the elephant toothpaste experiment. We used like this like stick of fire, I don't know the name, and like we lit it. Yeah, it's flint, and like well, when we kept it in, it was like the flame was like growing, and I think on my friend it kind of like almost like the fire almost came to his hand, but thank God she didn't come. And then we also kind of learned a little bit about the like the components like added like kind of thing. And then in the physics lab we saw we made this periscope, which basically we made it after cardboard. And then another one which has to be separate if we asked from them to make an inverted camera thing, like the convex lens. We made kind of like a camera with it. Like when you see it and put it to the sunlight or a light, and like it's upside down kind of thing. And also we saw like this kind of like museum, like there next to the physics lab. Like there was like bunch of like that rotating thing. There was also like inverted glass thing, like you see everything upside down kind of thing.
Great.
There was like a bunch.
Thank you so much. And how was the bus ride? Who would like to answer about the bus ride?
For the grade 7, our bus ride mainly consisted of talking. It took about, I think, 8 hours or so. It took some time. So we passed those hours mainly by talking. Yes.
Great. And which was your favorite activity? The physics lab, the chemistry lab, or the biology lab?
The chemistry lab was the best. We did, my class did maybe about 4 experiments. We also started with the elephant toothpaste experiment.
And how about you two? Did you guys like the physics lab, the chemistry lab, the biology lab, or something else? Tell me.
I like the planetarium.
The planetarium. And did you guys build a camera to watch to see the eclipse?
Yeah.
How was that?
Listen, okay.
Did you go before the eclipse or after the eclipse? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I see. And which was your favorite activity?
My favorite was probably the physics lab because it was so much fun making telescopes and cameras and seeing how light works through lenses.
Fabulous. And did you have a nice time with your friends? Was it fun to spend all that time with your friends?
Definitely.
But certainly you must have missed home, right?
Yeah, but I think that the trip taught us independence and responsibility because it was also our first time, like, not with our parents.
Wow. And your parents must have missed you, huh? What, did your parents get to call you? Did they worry about you?
No, I'm a
Good.
troublemaker.
Yeah, I see. Independence. Independence is something we all like. Okay. So I had something to add. Go ahead.
Also, I at least had to call my mom once because like they might be a little bit worried that I'm not calling. And another about the like planetarium about the solar system, like on top like these, it was like a movable like circle full of planets. We even saw like this giant 3D dome which reflected a computer to the dome. We sat on top. And then like we saw this like documentation on the Earth on solar system.
Great.
It's very amazing. We almost slept. It's very
Okay. That's a planetarium, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have anything to add about the grade 7 trip to Coupam Science Village?
Yeah, so the campus was basically split over a lot of hills, and on the top of each hill there was a building, and that building was either like the physics lab or the art lab. So when we were switching the buildings, we used bus to go around the campus, and we also did, I think, around the same activities that the grade 6 did, and I think I enjoyed going to the physics lab too. We made a simple camera out of cardboard and a biconvex lens.
Wow. Fabulous. Okay. And has anybody seen the eclipse? The eclipse was what, a week ago? Yeah? About a week ago, right? Did you get to see it? Did you use your camera to see it? No. Okay. Now, I believe the 8th graders are here to tell me about your debate, right? So go ahead, Srijan. Where have you been and what have you done?
So we went to the HLC school for the Brihaspati 2022. That was basically like a debate competition. And we were split into different teams from people with different schools. But like me and Aditi were on the same team. So yeah,
Just 1 second. Why were you and Aditi obviously a team?
because there was the people like there were chits and they picked up chits
I see.
and like based on the speaker.
So it was you were randomly put into
Yeah.
groups. Okay,
And
fine.
like I was speaker one, which is the person who introduces the topic for the debate, and yeah, it was a great experience, and me and my team won, so yeah, we were team black, so
Well done. Aditi, what do you want to add to it?
Yeah, so apart from, I was speaker too, so I added arguments to develop my team stance. And apart from the fact that the experience itself was fun, we made a lot of friends also. And I think most of the people were either in 9th or 10th grade, but they still let us get involved, I guess.
So they let you participate, and then they probably regretted it afterwards after you beat them, 9th and 10th graders, right? No, I'm only kidding. I'm sure there was good sportsmanship and a good time was had by all. But what did you actually debate?
So,
So we had 2 rounds for the first day. The first round we were given 2 topics. The first topic was whether nuclear fission could be a possible replacement for fossil fuels. And the second topic was whether minors should be treated as adults for stage 3 crimes. No, that's it's round 2.
Okay, let me understand.
No, there were 2 topics. We picked one for the first round. Yeah, for the first round there were 2 possible topics. Second topic was minors treated as adults for stage 3 crimes. And we drew, and then we did a coin toss, and we got the nuclear power topic, which was really easy according to me. And then we had round 2. For round 2, we were again given 2 topics. The first topic was whether the statues of Winston Churchill should be taken down, or what is it?
Haha, that's an interesting one.
What was
I like that debate. So who was for and who was against on these propositions?
against the nuclear fission.
So you debated that
there are
nuclear
better-
fission cannot replace fossil fuels.
yeah, for the second round we did that the UK should take down the statues of Winston Churchill. So Yeah.
And how do you feel about that? You mean in India or across the world or what?
Yeah, UK.
In the
And,
UK?
we were
Oh,
for the
interesting.
topic.
Yeah.
We were
So tell
for-
me,
Yeah, we were for.
are there
the
any
topic.
statues of Winston Churchill in India? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, good. All right. So in the UK, should they take down the statues of
Yeah.
Winston Churchill? And did you argue
For. That
for?
we should.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I went good. We qualified for the semis. So yeah.
Well done. Samara, do you want to add anything?
I'll just talk a bit about how it went. There were basically 5 speakers in each team. First speaker was introduction, and second speaker was continuing on the topics given by the first speaker. Third speaker would continue further topics and also provide some rebuttals. Fourth speaker was only rebuttals, which I was, and fifth speaker was concluding speech, and yeah.
Okay, great. So that sounds like a fabulous experience for all of you. Tell me a bit, what was the highlight? What was the highlight of the debate for you?
It was definitely learning more about each topic. Like, I wasn't very familiar with Winston Churchill before, but now I know a lot more about him.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Grade 8, grade 7, and grade 6. Looks like we have some older students that are coming to visit us. I don't know if they are just part of the audience or if they had something to say as well. Come on up then. Nikhil, goalkeeper. Rishi, Ram, Nikhil, go ahead. Tell us about your Sharvan. I saw Sharvan playing every minute. And what are you today, Nikhil?
Mavis from Hotel Transylvania.
The maid?
Mavis.
Mavis.
Vampire.
The vampire from Hotel Transylvania. Okay, go ahead. Tell us. How was your football experience this weekend?
Yeah, so before COVID, we started this sort of annual game against this team from Salem called Emerald Valley Public School. And in 2020, we went to Salem, and this year they came here. So we played 2 games against them at school, and the first game we won 3-1, and the second game we lost 5-2. And overall, I feel like even though we won our first game, we clearly didn't have the same level of chemistry that they had as a team, which is something we really need to work on. But individually, I can't fault our players for having the aggression and the passion and, the fighting spirit until the end. And I think that our standout player was actually Nikhil, because he made a lot of crucial saves to keep us in it most of the time.
I don't really have anything to say. I don't know why I'm holding the mic.
Well done, Nikhil. And 2020, it must have been 2019, right? 2020, we had the lockdown.
It was February of.
Oh, February of 2020. Okay, right. So is the plan to go to Salem to visit that school sometime soon?
I think next year that'll
Next
happen.
year.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we won't be there. I doubt it.
Right, most of you won't be there. Some of you won't be there. Okay, and I can't even recognize who the blonde person is. Adya, oh, you scored a great goal, Adya. Yeah, well done. And who are you today? Who are you? A what? A pretty person. Okay, yeah, that could be pretty scary. Okay, great. Anybody else like to add some experiences from the football? How did you feel about your fitness playing two games in one day? Go ahead, Adya.
We played 5.
Pretty person.
2 of us played 5 games.
5 games.
Yeah. We played another tournament other than. Yeah. I was going to say your name. Me, Darsh, and Magir. He played 4 games, and me and Darsh played 5. It was very tiring. It was we went to a different school to play 3 games.
How did the other games go?
We won the first game 5-0, but then the second and third was a bit draw. Like it was bad, cause like the ground was really terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the ground held up pretty nicely here. I mean, it looked like you guys were really enjoying, and the ground was in good shape. And there's one last question I have, and I think Rishi has another comment. Why did you have a penalty shootout at the end of a game where the score was 5-2?
Meghanathan sir likes these things.
No, oh, for practice or?
Yeah,
Ju-
just
just
for
So there was
practice.
nothing
for
at
fun.
stake. There was nothing at stake.
No,
then.
absolutely not. Because even though we won the penalty shootout technically, we still gave them the trophy because they beat us fair and square.
Okay, fine. All right, yeah. And yeah, it's good to practice penalties, that's for sure. Yeah? And you wanted to say something else, Rishi?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I can't really fault our guys for, playing with a lot of spirit. But I do feel that, because I know that football is a big hit with our juniors right now, and much more so compared to our classes here where we don't really, practice as much together, and maybe basketball is the bigger sport. So I really hope that, I'll be graduating, but in the future, our juniors can make KC into like a really big and competitive footballing school and really practice together and become one of the bigger like footballing teams in the city. So I really hope that happens.
Great, thanks a lot, Rishi. I hope you guys all understood that. And it does take lots of practice, lots of training together, lots of dedication, and especially lots of fitness, right? Okay, great. Congratulations to all of you and to the debaters as well. Thanks for grade 6 and grade 7 for sharing about your Science Village field trips. And happy Halloween to everybody, and have a great week ahead. Thank you, Mikhail.